Welcome to the Fun Facts Club. Today we will be discussing some fun facts about women's football. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more daily fun facts and give the video a thumbs up if you learn something new. Thank you. Women's football has been a steadily growing sport for a few years now and, especially in the wake of the 2015 World Cup in Canada, interest in the sport has increased. However, in the early 1920s women's football was derailed when the FA banned the sport. On December 5, 1921, female footballers were prevented from playing the sport on FA pitches and FA members were banned from acting as referees and linesmen at their games. The FA released a statement saying it thought that football was quite unsuitable for females and ought not to be encouraged. Several doctors agreed that the sport posed a serious physical risk to women. The ban meant women were relegated to only playing football recreationally. At least until 1971, when the ban was finally lifted following the formation of the Women's Football Association a few years earlier. Marta is often regarded as the greatest female player of all time. She has been named FIFA World Player of the Year 6 times. 5 times in a row between 2006 and 2010 and most recently in 2018. This is not only a record for female players but for men too. Marta is a fantastic player and an inspiration to so many. And the 32-year-old doesn't appear to have any plans of slowing down anytime soon. Brazil has their first against Jamaica today, so we're sure there'll be some world-class football on display. The 2011 Women's World Cup was the first tournament for Colombia, but it didn't go well for its goalie Yeneth Forron. She tested positive for a banned substance, and after her B sample also proved to be positive, she got a 2-year ban. However, that paled in comparison to what happened with the North Korean team. 2 players tested positive for doping prior to their final game of the group stage. Then the entire team was tested, and 3 more players were nabbed for doping. This led to North Korea being banned from the 2015 tournament. The Reggae Girls are Jamaica's national women's team and they will be the first Caribbean squad to ever compete at the World Cup. They have obviously done this by proving their skills on the pitch, but they have also had a bit of help from the family of the greatest reggae artist of all time. Cedella Marley, the oldest daughter of Bob Marley, helped revive the team. Back in 2010, the team got their funding cut in favor of the men's team. When Cedella heard about this in 2014, she spearheaded a campaign to raise funds for the team. Cedella donated her own money and created a song, Strike Hard, in honor of the campaign. South American teams have been a fixture of the Men's World Cup since the beginning, literally, as the first one was held in Uruguay and won by the host nation. Brazil and Argentina have multiple titles to their names. And yet the 1991 Women's World Cup put into stark relief the lack of infrastructure for women's soccer on the continent at the time. Not only did just one team, Brazil, compete, but it also qualified from a tournament that featured only 3 South American teams. Brazil played a game against Chile, a game against Venezuela, won both, and that was that. We call the event the Women's World Cup now, but back in 1991 FIFA was a little wary about using the World Cup name for this fledgling tournament. Instead, we got a tournament named after candy. The official name of the event was the FIFA World Championship for Women's Football for the M&Ms Cup. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Germany won the 2003 tournament and ended up winning in 2007 as well, the only team to win back-to-back Women's World Cups. Nobody was surprised that Germany won after slaughtering Argentina to the tune of an 11-0 win in its opening match. At the time, it was the most goals a team had ever scored in a Women's World Cup. Obviously, that no longer is the record, after the USWNT beat Thailand 13-0 in its first game of the 2019 event.